Yeah, on this episode, we will definitely be looking at childhood and certain experiences we had with our parents, but most likely gotten from our recklessness and maybe natural one. Natural
Recklessness is
one,
here.
sicknesses, and how you were handled or how were you treated as kids. Injuries, of course, you know how reckless you can be. You go and play football,
I get that
you
bruise.
kick your leg and all of that. But when you step on it, you are busted, you know.
That was the worst.
So let's start with sicknesses or injuries that you remember.
First of all, I think the mark of every boy child's life is when we were playing monkey post on concrete. I wanted to fire that shot, and you peeled the front of your toe, your big toe. You had to. That was a rite of passage for every boy growing up.
What did you people call that when you were growing up?
They say your leg has an eye.
Back then,
I need to block that eye with a black cloth.
when Super Eagles was playing football, Okocha was the first to wear red boots. So whenever somebody scratch and then he starts saying, "You don't buy Okocha boots." That's what we call it.
mean. Your friends are mean.
Yeah, so that's it, man. It's kind of like your identity as a child,
As a boy
a boy. I remember growing up, my father would always say, "Show us his leg." They see my leg wound everywhere. If I should show you my own, man, I don't think he got close to my own because I was so mischievous growing up. Every part of my leg is injured, and the treatment. Sometimes, because of how the treatment was, you're always scared of telling them. Like I remember when Neil entered my leg. I didn't tell my father. I
Hold on,
kept it to
time out,
myself.
time out. You stepped on nail, or nail just entered your leg.
You have to find a way and say
Hey, no, yeah,
so that they won't deal with you now. So I was like, I didn't tell him. So my sister was like, go and get something from the room, and he's sitting right there in the parlor. I started doing rehearsals how to walk in front of him without him knowing. But trust that man. As I passed him the first time, when I was passing the second time, he said, "Stop. Why you dey limp?" I said, "Okay." I don't die. Like when they bring your leg, as he turned it, my father was one that likes to put fear in every child. Immediately he saw it, you say, "Ah, you had this kind of wood, they didn't say this leg is rotten. Who cut it off?" You know, you're dead. But that was the day I experienced fire, knife, and oil. The treatment.
Okay, we're coming to that. We're coming to that. Hold it right there. I can watch that.
the personally, it's the I have to say shout out to DJ Donovan. A lot of my childhood experiences we had together. Now we had this thing where we in the room in our house in Adigoke in Surulere, we're jumping off a particular cupboard to the bed. Now it wasn't so far, and I guess we got that from wrestling. So I climbed the cupboard, yeah, jump on the bed. He was like, your turn. To jump, yeah. At some point in time, I think I missed my footing and I knocked my left arm against the wooden side of the bed, and something just occurred to me. That's all the jumping you have to do for today. Stop right now. I couldn't feel my arm, and so I just stopped. I lied down on the bed very quietly for the rest of the. I didn't understand what had happened. By the time my mom was a hairdresser at the time. She got back from her workplace and she found that I dislocated my left arm. Fun fact: through my lifetime, I dislocated my left arm, then I dislocated my right arm.
Damn, you completed the circle.
I'll tell you the right arm story later. But what she then did was put me on her back the next day and took me to Ajegunle.
Oh,
That was where all the
can tell
professional
what's happening
people do
there.
massage. If you live in Lagos,
Yeah.
you know if you had to go get massage, there are two likely places you would go. Number one, no, three places. Number three, Ajangbadi.
Uh-huh.
There were many Ijaw people there. Number two, Ajegunle.
Should be
And last but
number
not,
one.
and number one, Ajegunle. So they took me there, put some herbs on my arm, put some leaves, wrapped it with the bandage. That was the first time I had my arm in a slingshot.
Wow. Terrible.
So let's get back to you.
Okay.
Palm oil treatment.
Yes.
Sorry, hot palm oil.
Damn. You know, I was kind of fortunate that day because when they were like, go and put the knife on the fire, by that time I came and said there was no kerosene in the stove. So I was like, thank God,
Thank God.
this thing will happen. My father said, go and bring the lamp, the bush lamp. You know what bush lamp? Now bush lamp now. That was when they now kept the knife. That knife was on that bush lamp for 30 minutes.
Wait, are you talking of lantern?
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
As if there was a substitute for the stove. Kerosene. That thing was red hot. When they dropped the oil, it was like that sound, that shh. I said, I'm done for it today. And the most annoying thing that day was like my whole uncles, they were all in the house, all four of them. So there were people to hold me. That shout, I have never shouted like that in my life.
You know that Sabino's shout, that Jesus.
That one was learning. I don't know who invented that treatment. Whoever did,
That person must be very evil.
that person was from the Kohun.
Did your leg ever get burnt with the silencer of a motorcycle?
No, I was always very careful with that one. I do have dangerous before, so.
Okay, now this is my question. Why we think that it is maybe a little bit diabolic to practice boil, boiling hot oil and very, very hot knife? The question also would be, did it work?
I hate to admit it, but
It did.
yes, I have I have a scar under my right foot
Mm-hmm.
toward where my little toe is. That's the evidence of the fact that it actually worked.
Yeah.
Hot knife, hot oil. By the grace of God, I'll do that for my children. So
Evil father.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm not going to do it. But um, personal experience. I had ringworm when I was growing up, and the reason why I'm saying this is because you said something about the sizzling effect.
Yeah.
And evil people, they told my mom everything from put dusting powder on the head. Everything always started with
You had it on the head.
yes.
Oh my God.
All the remedies always started with shave the head till in first. So my mom said, okay, yeah, I have that part. Next one. One person said put dusting powder. One person said put grounded charcoal. One person said put black soap. And the one person that Satan personally sent to my mom told her, and I quote, use hydraulic.
Oh,
Now,
are you an engine? These people are mean.
so this is how it played out. My mom ensured I didn't go to school for the whole of that day. We lived in Suleja briefly at the time.
Okay.
So she said, explain to me, this is what we want to do. You need to feel good. I said, okay, I'll do it. So I took a bath. She shaved my head clean, shaved all the parts of the ringworm open. So by the way, I sat like this between her legs, and she washed my head, got the hydraulic in her hand like this, put the metal can on the ground, did this. I kid you not. The moment her hand touched my head, I heard my brain sizzled. I hopped up from that place, flew out of the room. I was crying. She was crying.
Wait, you see, these are homemade remedies that have lived with us for a very long time before our time. Hydraulic is something that came out probably during the 80s. How did that person think of it to apply hydraulic? I don't understand that.
Maybe I walked past the person one day. I forgot to greet, and just like I'll get you in the future.
Oh, it was bad. It was that bad.
Okay, so these are two personal experiences. Which do or which other experiences that may not be personal, but you know is peculiar to children and the kind of treatment you offer,
What,
or need offer?
one of the main ones were skin diseases. Scabies, which is crocro, chicken pox, which was common. Well, I never caught measles, I never caught for, but when you talk about scabies and chicken pox, these were the common skin diseases that children caught growing up.
Yeah.
I remember back then the treatment was coloma lotion. I don't know if they still use it.
Oh,
Before you sleep, you take your bath and then you just rub it all over your body, you know, And then you just look like one willy willy everywhere white. But it worked because
Yeah.
you rub it for
It
3 days.
efficient.
That was it. You're healed. And then for scabies, I remember I was in GS3. That was when I caught scabies, and they already told me how dangerous it was because there was a boy they said that was in GS1. He had to leave the school, go home to treat himself because his own, all his buttocks, all his knees were like he couldn't even look at it. So I started thinking, how bad, and this was in school, and it's embarrassing to catch something like that because we're bathing from one river close to our school. So everybody was always, that was where I caught that disease. And then how I treated myself from that stuff, we always had medicated soap.
That's fantastic.
We always had medicated soap. This soap, Delta, I don't know if you know, remember that soap,
Oh yes, I do.
Delta soap. I used that soap to bath, and then I used it as my cream. For 1 week, everything is cleared.
Shout out to Delta.
Damn, that was really effective. I've never seen a treatment that was that. As in, the fact that I thought about the treatment and it worked makes me a legend.
Woo! I realized that I don't know when last did you see anybody with boil.
Yeah, I saw one of recent.
It doesn't.
She was walking like this.
Back in the day, back in the
Shout
day,
out to you.
we would see legitimately children that would have one boil here and one boil here. And they walk
Yeah,
like this.
with pride.
And people had boil in the weirdest places, on the eye, tip of the nose, at the side of one butt cheek,
You can't sit down.
using like this. It was weird. Your elbows, you had this boil in weird places.
Yeah.
It was weird. And the remedy for boil, there were several remedies,
Mm-hmm.
but the remedy for boil was palm oil. Again, once again, palm oil is featuring palm oil, some potash.
Hope it's
They
not
call
hot.
it account. No, no, it's
Okay.
not. Then put some grinded beans and just rub it on it.
Okay.
The effect of that is, according to what they say, it will soften the boil and then the pus will come out easily, just like that.
Mm.
So yeah, that's boil.
That's how you treated your boy.
You know, that's how they say if you treat the boil.
And it worked.
It
Mm.
worked most of the time. Apollo was another one.
Yeah. Apollo, that was kept during December season.
Some genius said if you use your urine on your eye, it will disappear.
Right.
I don't know. The genius is not my friend. They told somebody at the university told me. I don't know.
But the one
like that.
we use salt in water, and then we clean our eye every time. So maybe that's where they got that.
We used to block our eyes from.
Yeah.
Have Apollo be like
I don't want people to see you.
Apollo. They'll
Oh god.
So let's talk about certain experiences I had to deal with an after hospital treatment. Also, the diet surrounding that kind of sickness.
Oh my goodness me!
Some, there was the area or the time where you now get to see variety of food at your disposal.
And you can't eat it.
Yes, I'm going to say some had food,
You cannot eat. so,
and eat, and you know.
One of my
That's
traumas.
oh my god.
First of all, I got more injection treatments from back in the day. And the most common ailments, I think, among most children was malaria.
Yeah.
The most common treatment for malaria
I know where he's going
were
to.
3 queens. One was cap queen, the next was quinine, and the last was chloroquine.
That's the legend.
You had to get one of those queens in your system, and you will itch the demon out of yourself.
God.
You will not take a bath because if cold water touches your body,
You're done.
woo,
You're done,
if
boy.
you discover your dancing skills, just it was not funny. God bless whoever came up with the new treatments for malaria because chloroquine was tearing families
It
apart.
was.
Now, the treatment for me was injections. As a child, I would always take injections. My mom would brag with me like, Amas doesn't is not afraid of injections. He'll take it. He'll take it. And we had that thing where all the things you love to eat as a child that would not normally be available just fall sick. They'd be like, take this meat pie now. What of this fried rice and
can't
chicken? Be
eat
like,
it.
I don't want to eat. I
God.
can't eat. Get well. I asked for that food again.
You'll never see it. Well, like you said, malaria was the one everybody caught. Malaria fever. And like you said, that chloroquine, as in, I remember my most worst experience with chloroquine. I was sick, there was no light, they gave me chloroquine, and there was mosquito. Back then, mosquito net was not prioritized like now.
Oh, yes.
So imagine you sleeping in a room where mosquito is disturbing you and chloroquine is scratching. You don't know which is which. So I couldn't. That was the only. That was the night I think I didn't sleep throughout as a child because it was horrible. I can't really explain how I slept or how I woke up that morning, but it's as if it increased the sickness because it was terrible to sleep with such a condition, knowing that there's nothing you can do. And NEPA has not been helping right from the beginning till now.
Shout out to NEPA.
So that was the treatment. Gen Z and Alpha Gen, you guys are so lucky.
Yep.
You know that
treated
you,
nets
you,
now.
you have to start hailing Ministry of Health right now because they really saved your life. For what we went through treating malaria was hell. There was nothing like Agbo that time. So you had to go to the hospital.
Oh, the Agbo.
If there was, but I never knew Agbo till I grew up.
The treatment with Agbo. Now, Agbo would feature if they treated you with malaria a few times, and it's like
It's not working.
we know just what to do to you.
Okay.
They get Agbo for you. They used to treat you in the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, and this is how. They'll boil a huge body of Agbo for you, and you'll be where you're lying down peacefully, trying to get well.
Uh-huh.
You'll be smelling the Agbo, you'll be like, oh no, oh no. Now, they'll give you one, tell you, get up, they put a whole basin of the boiling hot water and cover you with a blanket.
Oh my
And you'll be
God.
under that blanket
You will
screaming for
inhale
their
it.
life, inhaling the agbo. Your skin will be absorbing the steam as well.
Yeah.
Now, after 30 minutes or so of the harrowing experience, they'll be like, now go and take a bath with that same water. Oh, then when you finish taking the bath with the water, you're like, oh, thank God this is over. They'll be like, oh, hold on, drink this cup.
There is one treatment when I became a teenager that everybody started using. Until today, it still works. That is one thing I would like people to try. Alabuku, lime in hot water.
That's too bitter stuff. Why don't you just roll
See,
this one?
if you drink that thing, icon, under 10 minutes, your malaria is gone.
Is Alabuco still in circulation?
I don't know, but I remember the last time I drank it was 3 years ago. I saw it in one chemist. They gave it to me. I poured it inside the hot water with lime. You pour the lime inside hot water. You drink it. That malaria, that is the best herbal treatment I've ever seen when it comes to malaria. It's like a box out to malaria. That treatment was fascinating. And it worked.
Speaking of treatments and how things have changed now, I heard a story one time of someone who, of course, there were no insecticide treated nets at the time.
Yeah.
I kid you not, this is not a made up story. This man got himself a mosquito net. Somehow, all the mosquitoes had gotten under the mosquito net. Your imagination.
All right. Key sicknesses attacking
Children.
parents and children. So we have some advice. So could you remind us of anyone that you could remember?
Daga. I remember Daga.
Who would name a treatment for malaria? Dagger. You know what the dagger is, and you name it dagger. There were many of them. There was Cap Queen. There was Fancida.
I fancy that.
There was Metakelfin.
Man, you really know your
I
drugs,
did because
man.
I took a lot. Before Amala came, there were some that were taken before them that I remember.
I really like Amala because of the name. Like, well, we can't swallow it with soup, but we can swallow it.
And my most annoying thing about these drugs is that why is the malaria drugs are all bitter? There's no sweet one.
Was there any advert that this line reminds you of? Mommy, daddy, shake.
Oh, what's the name of that ad, sef? The name of that product?
It was Bosca.
Shaky. That was Bosca. Yeah, that was popular.
Yeah, it was.
Bosca was the name too is another bulldozing name. Bosca.
I wonder how they came up with the
That
name
name,
for these drugs.
that name really fought malaria. I think malaria had that name run. Bosca.
What is the one drug? Please tell us in the comment section. What is the one drug that you absolutely dreaded I, for some weird reason, did not like Cameron. Now, this is not knocking the product. I didn't like blood tonic. Multivite.
What's number one?
Woo! I could put a straw in that.
Oh, I start sucking it.
For some reason, a Lucozade Boost was the prescribed um, drink for recovery.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like drink Lucozade Boost.
That was something you always wanted.
In the orange bottle.
Yes. Another thing was glucose.
Glucose D. Many
Look, there's another one again that I liked so much. Whenever they say take this one, I'm always happy. One medicine, the liquid. Because they'll pour sugar, they'll give you sugar. I don't know if you take that one medicine. They'll give you sugar in a full teaspoon to lick, and they'll give you the one medicine. Very sweet, and before you know all the worms start
Who's run that way?
coming out. So this treatment, we know you all had your own kind of series of treatments, no matter what. So just go ahead, write in the comments, let us know what your treatment was. Don't forget to like, share, follow the page on all
Memoree
platforms. It's there written on the screen. So tell us what your experience were growing up, the herbal treatment, the medical treatment, whatever treatment it is that worked for you.